Hey everybody, welcome back live at Drew's house, Joppa Afternoon Drive, another edition. Hope everybody is doing well out there. Well, this is a fun show today. We're talking a little bit about the Firehouse downtown, and a first-time guest, Alan Haley, is in the house, a local writer. We'll tell you why in a second, and some other guys next to him. John Moynihan, who runs the Firehouse Center for the Arts downtown. Hi, John. Good, we'll start with you. Good to see you, my friend.
True. It's great to see you, as always.
I know.
A true pleasure.
It truly is.
It really is. It really is.
One of our favorites on the show here.
This is one of my favorite shows to go on.
Oh, really? You said that's all the shows. I heard you say that to the other show the other day.
There's no other show. Sometimes Joe DBA's asked me to go on Local Pulse. Otherwise, you're the only game in town.
Oh, there we are. All right, so Alan, how are you guys doing? Everything good?
Doing well.
Enjoying spring so far?
Wet spring.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, though? We got lucky for the winter, right? It wasn't a horrible winter.
That's true.
You've been living around here many years. You know it can be a lot worse than what we just had.
Absolutely.
All right, Alan. So we've never met. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Writer. We love writers around here. So what's the background?
And now a producer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Producer, director?
that too, as a matter of fact.
Actor, producer, writer, director, you name it, Alan does it.
Want to get right into it? Real life stories is the...
Real life stories.
Yeah.
Came about last fall, early last fall. Realized for a long time that there just aren't many parts for people of a certain age.
Acting parts.
Acting parts, excuse me, yeah. And, you'll find, senior actors doing roles that are for 30-year-olds or worse, there's nothing out there for them. So I put together this little entity called Silver Theater, and the idea is to put together theater that has age-appropriate roles, primarily focused on people of an age. A couple of the plays have young roles in it. We have young people playing those roles. We wanted to choose, it was a long process, choose plays, there are 7 of them, 10-minute plays, that one, have heart, and 2, tell a universal story. There's stories of finding love and keeping love, of a couple that have been together for a very long time, and one of them decides that they need to make a major life change, and how do they deal with that? One about taking advice from someone you maybe never met before. So they're stories. There are older people in them, but there are stories that apply to anybody, any age.
Connect with it. It's such an important part too, because I mean I've heard people accept the Oscar awards up there and say, at an older age, and to really speak out on that topic. I've seen several actresses and actors over the years that have said, and please give more parts to. It's a real problem in that industry,
it really
right?
is.
What makes you think? What made you go in that direction? And say, I got to do something about this.
I'm old.
What? You told me you were 35.
And you believed it.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. I was live at Drew's house.
I was facing it, and these people are my friends. This is a terrific community here. It's saved my life after I left my day job, and it just became very apparent to me that something needed to be done, and here I was. So,
yeah.
And it's involving, even before we put before we're doing anything here, involve people choosing the plays, putting the plays up so we could hear them on their feet before we really made decisions, putting the artwork together for the posters. It's been said before, community, but a lot of people. In fact, I think you asked me, or somebody asked me, there are probably 30, 40 people involved with this.
Wow.
Counting actors, directors, yada, yada. So that's the goal, and bring good entertainment to Newburyport.
Yeah, and I mean I know that's a priority too. And you want to make it good too. I mean when you can do both things, serve a cause and make it good. It's really effective, right? What has been the feedback? Because I'm sure you get these people that have been not begging necessarily, but like this, we've been looking exactly for this opportunity. It must be pretty rewarding to hear that sort of stuff.
It's incredibly rewarding. Most of the people I've talked to are theater people, and they love the idea, and that has been really what would help keep me going, because there have been times when things were getting a little bit strange. But it was that positive vibe that I got from the people involved in the community that just you got to keep going. You got to keep moving forward.
Yeah, and you just hinted at it, but I know these things run flawlessly, and there's no issues, and you have no stress in your life whatsoever, right?
No, none.
Theater's easy.
Yeah, theater's
Yeah,
easy.
yeah.
That's a good T-shirt. Can we make that T-shirt?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You have no further comment on that one? Yes, it's all running smoothly. Fair enough. There are some stresses, but it's good hard work, right?
I guess I brought part of my former life into it, and I surprised myself, actually. I slept well at night.
Ooh, how do you do that?
Oh, a glass of wine helps a lot.
Okay.
And this, because tech final rehearsal is tonight, I woke up this morning, and it was the first time I didn't lay in bed for half hour of the morning, writing things down in a little notepad. Oh, don't forget to call John. Don't forget to do this. It's kind of smoothing out a little bit, and that's the good part.
A little controlled chaos.
Little controlled chaos. Sometimes not so controlled.
John, this must be very cool for you to. I mean, this is kind of what you're in it for, right? This is a very community-based thing. Brings a certain sector of the community together, obviously, but it's also entertainment that young people can go see. You have some young people are part of it. It's kind of checks all the boxes for you, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Alan and I first started talking about it again, as he said last fall. Alan's been part of our other program, which is the Second Act Readers Theater, which is for our actors 55 plus. And one of the things that Alan was talking about is that as part of that program, the actors sit there with the scripts in hand. Mm-hmm. And when he was looking to create this one, he was like, no scripts. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. We're going to do it so that people are memorizing their lines, so they are really embodying these roles. I mean, Alan, I only met him 2 years ago. I met Alan like the height of COVID.
When he was 33 years old, yeah?
Yeah, when he was 33. He's aged a lot during COVID.
Damn it, Alan.
But that was when Alan and I first met, and we kind of created. We clicked very, very quickly and had a relationship that's grown over the course of the past almost 3 years now. So when he came to me with this idea, I was like, I think it's a great idea, Alan. And I was confused. I thought he was talking about 2024. So I was like, that's great. We have a whole year to plan it. Yeah. Next thing I know, there's an email being like, and we're gonna do it in April. I was like, okay, here we go. But honestly, it's been a great. It's been a great process. I think one of the things that we've been trying to do this year, we just launched a new program, which is what I've been talking to Alan about, which against my own confusion, was a community collaboration program where we offer folks the opportunity to pitch us a show, and we'll put some money towards it, and but they produce it all on their own. And they have 2 weeks to produce it, not 2 weeks to produce it. They produce the show, and they'll have 2 weekends to run it at the Firehouse. And so this we're doing that in a couple of weeks, but this program kind of came out of that conversation. Yeah. And if there's one thing that I heard from Alan, and I heard from the other folks that are doing it, they're like, man, I'm learning so much about like producing a show. I'm learning all the things that go into it. Man, yeah. I'm never gonna do it again. But I think one of the best things for me about this, outside of the community aspect and outside of being able to provide a space and a venue for folks, is being able to show folks what it is that we do day in and day out. That as you were saying, everything runs smoothly. It all pops up. The shows that we're planning to do in July or June and in August of this year, we've been planning since June of last year to get it all going. So my late 22 into 23 sort of idea was to see how much we can kind of pull back the layers of what it takes to create theater. Yeah. And I think that being able to be that venue, but also being able to be the sounding board for Alan. Anytime he's had a question like, what do we do here, or how do we make this, or how do we make this work?
One of the things that John and his staff have been so supportive of this. There are things I didn't even know what I didn't know when I got into this. Yeah. They were always there. They were always positive. They made things happen. It's been a delight working with these people.
But haven't you heard everybody in the theater industry is a delight?
Oh,
It's
they
like-
are.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one or two maybe, but no, most.
No, it is true. And when you're around that kind of positivity, it makes all the difference,
It's
right?
contagious.
We've all been in places where, not everybody is pulling in the same direction, and
Yeah.
it just doesn't take much to. So that's a cool thing to hear. Real life stories. Is there I just how you described it to me, and without seeing it, is there a level of kind of rawness to this? It's their real life stories. They're real people.
It's the tagline is.
We have a tagline. I like.
Oh
this.
yeah, 90 minutes of 7 plays over 90 minutes about what it's like to be human.
Ah, yeah.
And
That was right on.
yeah, there you go. And I don't know what your definition of raw is. It's some of them may be PG-13, but they're real stories.
No,
They
it doesn't have to be
they
X-rated.
No, no.
Alan.
Jeez. Have you been watching?
I went right to the.
Have you been watching Shrinking with?
Oh yes, is it?
Have you been watching that?
Yes.
Raw dogging. Yes.
I've not seen
And,
this.
and
So it's Harrison Ford.
good or what?
He's great in it. He's great.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford is in it,
80.
80 years old. He's playing a 72-year-old. It's not even age appropriate.
Yeah, I know.
But he's talking to one of the other characters. And he's like, "You raw dogged me in public and all that," and exactly. And so then like the final episode, he said, they go, "Do you know what that means?" He goes, "Yeah." Like, "You came at me in public." He's like, "No, it means this." He's like, "Then I'm gonna stop saying that."
Funny. Language changes over time.
Yes,
does.
exactly.
Yes, that is
Exactly.
interesting. Harrison Ford. All right. He's
Harrison Ford.
80 now?
He's 80. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He looks damn good for
He
80.
does, and he's fantastic in the show.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for Indy 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say they are doing that.
They
right?
are. They are.
That's interesting.
There was a great meme going around saying that they can't believe that Harrison Ford is playing Indiana Jones at the age of 80, and the tagline along with it said, "What a college professor refusing to retire." That's probably the most realistic part of it all.
10 years of beautiful things.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be the exception to what we were talking about earlier, right? When we get the older actors not finding work. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess some of those guys. There's a lot of. I guess there's. Some of the superstars of the. I'm trying to think who else has had careers into their 80s. Did Gene Hackman go into the 80s? I don't think.
I think he retired in like his mid 70s. I mean, Anthony Hopkins was in his mid
Hopkins is a
70s.
good example, yeah.
Brian Dennehy's still going with Succession. He's gonna be close to 70, if not.
Yeah.
If not a little bit older. But no, I mean, I think once you kind of get into your 80s, there, as Alan was saying, there's just not that many roles that are written for you. I mean, I think even Jamie Lee Curtis just said it when she won the Oscar just a couple weeks ago. Was saying like, "See, we can still do it. We can still do it. There are still stories to be told, and there's still life lessons to be taught, and this Thursday through Saturday, you can come see it at the Firehouse."
Nice.
There's a line or a word I picked up. I think it was in the article in the Globe about Harrison Ford. It's seasoned actors, and they bring a certain seasoning to the play or the event that you're not going to get anyplace else.
And there's. I mean, it's such a basic thing to say about people who have seen more in life than you, but like, there's like stories there. I always like that John Prine song. What's the John Prine song that I always love? Hello in There.
Oh, yeah.
Which is just about that, and he wrote that. He wrote that at like 27. So I was like, all right, where the hell did that come from? I had to go figure out why he wrote that. But he said he was always interested in talking to people that had seen more than him, and he'd knock on doors and talk to people, and he just learned so much from a different generation. And I see that next door. We're right next door to the senior center, and we've spent time over there doing stories or shows or whatever. They host certain events sometimes that we'll be a part of, and those people will talk to you, and you sit down with somebody over there for 5 minutes and say, "Wow, my goodness, you were there for that," or it's just,
Everybody's got a story.
I really do. Anyway, there's my little diversion for the.
There we go.
Hello, and I love
That was very
song.
philosophical.
I try.
Yeah.
Your hair looks great today, by the way.
Thank you.
Did you get a
showered
haircut?
No, I showered this morning because I knew I was going to be here.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be on camera. I didn't want to pull. Who was that?
Oh, wait, on the show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who? No.
somebody had a bad hair day.
Yeah, I remember it was somebody who came in their pajamas. Frank Vielli came in his pajamas. They didn't know he was going to be on. They didn't know he was going to be on camera.
Do you
He was
know-
telling me that story.
Do you know how many people I can't remember if Frank fell into this category, but I have told people on this show that they were on TV. I've told them moments before, just remember these are the cameras. There are cameras staring at you. You'd think it might be a giveaway.
It's true.
And they have forgotten midway through the show.
Yeah.
And oh my goodness, I forgot it was on camera.
Yeah.
They'll see the show come out afterwards and be like, I really shouldn't have kept the... Yeah, it's nothing too bad usually.
Shouldn't have picked my nose like that.
Not very aware there. But we saw Frank. We hung out at the Firehouse that night. Saw Frank Fielli and Jeffrey Gaines. I was talking about that with Alan at the while we were off the air here. It was a nice night.
It was a nice night.
Yeah.
No, mic drop.
Yeah, I know it's fun. I play with it sometimes. I can do all sorts of things with the microphone.
That was a nice night. It was they were both very really great guys.
Yeah.
Great show.
A barefooted Jeffrey Gaines, you pointed out to me.
Barefooted Jeffrey Gaines. He ended up being mostly unplugged. Yeah, unamplified.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't getting what he wanted out of that monitor.
They'll do that sometimes.
They will. They will.
That's the thing about the Firehouse, though. You can be that way and sound fantastic.
You can.
I kind of like how it echoes off the walls that way.
It does.
You smile.
It's nice. It's nice. It has nice acoustics.
Let's talk, Alan. How about
Speaking
that?
of that, are there going to be any microphones?
No, just us.
No
you?
mics.
Wow.
No mics.
I was going to be my question.
No mics. No.
That's a
Project.
fun room to do it in.
Yeah, they're great. I've sat.
You've sat in every seat.
No, well, I have, but aside from that,
I do that just for fun.
Yeah.
Just make sure they all work.
yeah.
Do you sit? Have you sat in every seat? You think?
Probably at one point.
I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. We should. I could have a game with that. I think we could. Let's videotape you sitting in every seat.
Sarah, we have something for the interns to do.
And you're hired, intern. Your first task.
It's going to be, and we'll do it as a time lapse. Be just going up and sitting down in a chair.
Hilarious video.
Could be.
Where's John now, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Pop up.
B11.
Oh, you speed it up. It's perfect with the time lapse. That's
Exactly.
great. Good time to say thank you to Sarah Blackstone, throwing the show together. Sarah Hayden, the boss in the house. They're all. I've been mentioning they've been doing a lot of things today. I can tell they're very busy and somehow finding time for my little show here. So I appreciate it very much. They do the hard work. I just talk to interesting people. It really is an easy job. I have no complaints.
Jeez.
Yeah. And we have interns sometimes.
Gosh.
You're here for us.
I know. That's fantastic.
They do a great job, though, and I'm very happy and proud of the work that they do and what we've become here with this show. The graphics, Sarah, that's all Sarah, by the way, who I believe just had a birthday or one is coming up. I think I have that right. Happy birthday, Sarah. This will be the birthday show.
Happy birthday, Sarah.
Hey, happy
Even though
birthday,
I know
Sarah.
I'm missing it in the summer. It's tough with the,
I know.
Who
knows?
It shows. What happy birthday to you. She's going on vacation, too. I know you're angry about that.
I know. Like, she didn't even ask.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to film to record at least 6 or 7 more radio promos, but
Yeah. Well, you got a lot to advertise too, my friend.
we do.
You got this. So this is Real Life Stories. This is Thursday through Saturday, you said?
Thursday through
3 nights?
Saturday.
Okay. So, and tickets available.
Tickets available at the Firehouse website, firehouse.org, or at our Peter G. Kelly Memorial box office.
A good local night out.
That's
Great
right.
local night
That's
out.
right.
You'll go out with a smile on your face and something to think about.
Oh, a guaranteed
right.
smile.
Guaranteed smile.
smile.
Guaranteed smile.
It's Thursday and Friday at 8, Saturday at 1.
Okay.
Because coming in right after are the Soggy Po Boys on Saturday night.
Well, Nolans.
Yeah, little Nolans. I should have worn their shirt. I was wearing it the other night. We had another.
But you showered.
I did. Did. But I usually shower in that shirt.
Oh, gotcha,
that's my shower shirt.
Your shower shirt, right? Makes sense.
Yeah, but yeah, they're coming back. I want to say it's been a couple of years since they've been here, but it's really excited to have them back again. They bring a little bit of New Orleans jazz up here. They call themselves. I actually just found this out. I've been listening to them and I've probably worked with them a dozen times over the past 10 or 15 years. And do you know the reason why they call themselves the Soggy Po Boys?
No.
Because they said that if they brought a New Orleans po' boy sandwich up from New Orleans up to New England, it was bound to get soggy along the way.
There you go.
It's just fantastic.
Right?
It's great. It's just great stuff.
I know. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
One of my favorite band stories, I would say. Band name stories.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite band name story?
Dave Matthews Band. It's very original.
I've heard of them, yeah. DMB, I believe they,
if you will.
Actually, it got yelled at me the other day in the newsroom in Boston. I was walking through, and I was just casually talking about the Dave shows this summer. I said it just like that. You're doing the Dave shows in front of me. And the coworker of mine freaks on out and says, "Why do Dave fans think they can just call him Dave? He's not the only Dave in the world." And everybody thinks Dave's so cool, they just call him Dave. And I'm like, well, I think you're being a little aggressive, sir.
Yeah. Sorry,
And,
Dave.
yeah.
Are you being?
Oh, is Dave Grohl offended somewhere? Like, who are we
Yeah.
talking about here?
Yeah. Was his name Dave?
No.
That was my question.
Then why does it matter?
It was Pete.
Pete.
Yeah, Pete.
You didn't think Pete was getting enough coverage.
I know, right?
No, it's
Clearly it.
very bizarre. Apparently, he doesn't like Dave Matthews.
Well, he's wrong.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there
Except
are
for that one
facts
show.
in life. Alan, you're not familiar with this, but John and I are both Dave Matthews fans, and
No kidding.
Big fans.
No kidding.
Big fans.
you too.
No, but my son-in-law is.
Love a good
Okay.
Dave.
Yeah. So John saw the last taste of the Dave Matthews Band.
It's not the last. I
Oh, you went back?
I
That's
went
right.
back.
You
I
went
went back.
Okay.
I gave him another
Okay.
shot.
He for a while. The last show he was coming off of was one that he wasn't happy with. He didn't think Dave was on. He didn't like the set list.
Yeah.
I think John might have been in a bad mood.
Never.
Just kidding.
You've never seen me in a bad mood.
I have never seen you in a bad
You don't
mood. That's
want to
true.
see me.
There is a weird thing about concerts, though. Not necessarily a bad mood, but sometimes I know it's me. I'm just not feeling it. Band's probably good, and
Yeah.
I'm just off. It doesn't have to be a bad mood. It's just whatever,
But
I'm not saying that was you.
Drew. I am both Irish and Taurus.
Yep.
So if I'm in a bad mood, I'm definitely not in a bad mood. It's definitely everybody else and not me.
Right. Yeah.
So I just don't. You know my aversion to when he sings in the falsetto. I think it is.
Yeah, that's a big issue for you.
A poor use of his voice.
Did you listen to Sweet yet? See, I give him strict instructions to turn him around.
I know. It depends. I mean, because I do like I forget. Oh man, what's the song? I forget the song off the latest album. I don't know.
Oh,
Will You Be Mine or something like that, or like
Yeah.
you know that one. But it's a very sweet song.
Yes.
It's not sweet, but it's that. It's a
The
nice
one that
song,
goes
but-
doom boom 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 boom.
Yeah. Yeah. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
You're gonna get to by the time I get to the lyric, the show will be over.
Yeah, exactly right. I know my wife used it in a. She did Much Ado About Nothing a few years back, and they used it as one of the songs. It was the bow song. I was like, you know what? I don't hate this song. See, that's what got me back into it again. Was being able to listen to that song and be like, all right, I guess the new album isn't all terrible.
Right.
It's just a man, what's that one? That girl is you. God, I hate it so much. I hate it so much. Honestly, that could have been the song that kicked off that show, and I think that's what it was.
I think it was.
I think that's what I was like.
And I think it started a fight between us because I love that song live. And that, my friend, is music for you in a nutshell. Two people loving the same band.
Did you end up going to Third Eye Blind?
I didn't.
No.
Do you know so my cousin Kaylee calls me the other night and says, "Hey, we're going up to Hampton Beach to see Third Eye Blind." I said, "Oh, I might be interested. My era could be fun."
You know?
Yeah, exactly. They had like a couple hits actually too. They had Chumley's Charmed Kind of Life.
Yeah, Summertime of My Life and Jumper. Wish You Would, and How's It
What's
Gonna
the
Be?
one? Yes, How's It Gonna Be? Which is kind of life changing.
But then they also forgot the I'll Never Let You Go off the second album.
You're right.
And then
Yeah,
they disappeared.
There was a second album, kids.
There was. There was.
So, but my cousin Kaylee says, "Oh, well, you should come on up." And I look at the ticket prices. There's no tickets, first of all. You have to go to secondhand markets. I look, like $300 and something.
Yeah.
God.
See, Third Eye
For
Blind.
Third Eye Blind.
And I'm not hating on Third Eye Blind.
Not at all.
I just didn't expect to pay Bruce Springsteen prices to go see Third Eye Blind.
Well, that's Bruce Springsteen face value.
Yes. True. That hurt me, man.
Yeah, I know.
Real life stories is $15.
Yeah, $15 Thursday through Saturday at the Firehouse.
Guaranteed smile.
Guaranteed smile.
$15.
Guaranteed smile. And if you get a verified resale, it's only $1,500. All proceeds going to the Firehouse.
You guys are going to start a verified resale. That'd be
Yeah,
fantastic.
exactly. No, we would never do that. Never, ever, ever.
Alan, who's the theater influence for you? Is there is there an actor or was there a play? Was there something that said, "Wow, I want to get involved"?
God, this is so corny. I think my mom wrote a play when I was in Boy and Cub Scouts,
Oh, that is not corny. That's cool.
and we were hobos. They had hobos in Southern California then.
Yep.
And it just sort of stuck, I think. I hadn't thought about it until you just said it, but that's
Yeah.
she's up there somewhere listening.
Was your mom did she do a lot of that or?
She was She was a very talented woman. She, this was in the 50s and 60s. She was born in the, around the time of the Depression. So women's jobs were different than they are now.
Yeah.
But she wrote something about somebody being a hubcap. I don't know. And she wrote plays for kids. Yeah, she's a very talented woman.
And they actually she put them together too.
Well, for Cub Scouts, it's pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get
That was where I came in.
10
thinking,
boys, yeah.
I thought it was coming in at the Cub Scout level.
Yeah.
And this is much higher than that.
No,
That's funny. Yeah. Wow. Cool. Well, that's a good answer to that one. I like that. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure where we're coming with that. Any you music guy too, like John and I, or?
Different kind of music. Yeah, I love
I'm
music.
curious about that. Where are you going?
Love jazz. Grew up with Billy Joel. My kids grew up with Billy Joel.
do we have a show for you?
Okay. Classical
Coming
music,
up on May 19th.
country western.
Billy Joel! No, I'm kidding.
We can keep going like this forever. I think. Yeah.
We haven't announced it officially yet, but we are bringing back Benaramo's band. Scenes is what they've called themselves now, and it's the Billy Joel tribute band that's in
Scenes from an
that's in
Italian
town,
restaurant.
right?
Yeah.
Clever. So yeah, it's not official on the website yet, but it's gonna be there.
So
May 19th.
so
there.
it's not official, but it's official.
Oh yeah,
Are you dropping this now?
I'm dropping it now. You are getting an exclusive.
Whoa!
Not even on sale yet.
Wow!
Benaramo and his professional band.
You want to do it in your radio voice?
Benaramo, everybody, coming to the Firehouse Center for the Arts down on Market Square, May 19th. $20 tickets. Get them now. But you can't because it's not on sale yet.
I like it when he does the radio voice.
Next week.
fun.
Next week.
Scenes from an Italian restaurant. That's a great song.
It's a classic.
See, I like me some Billy Joel too.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
He's the man that
Bottle of red.
Bottle of white.
perhaps a bottle
Whatever
of
mood you're
rosé,
in tonight.
or that verse.
Yeah. No, because if you're gonna do the rosé, you gotta do bottle of white, bottle of red, perhaps a bottle of rosé instead. See, it rhymes.
This is the problem with Billy Joel talk. Do you know what the thing?
Next on Billy Joel Talk, we talk about The Stranger.
I'll also bring my dad in, who's a diehard
Just
Billy
the
Joel.
one you want.
I saw him on stage with ZZ Top the other night.
Billy Joel.
Yeah, brought
Okay.
out. They did with Lagrange. Is that the? Billy didn't.
Did he?
It seemed like Billy didn't contribute much, but he was enjoying himself. Yes.
But yeah, what was his part? Did he do the
Just
the one little lyric? Oh,
No,
him?
he had the the crowd do that. I think.
Okay.
Kind of they pointed to the crowd. They
Yeah,
kind
I
of
like
did it
that.
together.
Okay.
One of my favorites is when he stands up to do
Billy.
Billy.
Yeah.
When he says to do My Life,
Yeah.
and he's like he's not playing the piano. He's like, well, here we go.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
Billy. This is not you.
I went to a stretch of him where Angry Young Man he always opened with,
Oh, yeah.
which I thought that was always a cool opener.
Yeah.
Just Billy just doing. I don't know. I always like that
It's
song.
not My Life I was thinking about either way. It's Saturday night, I came Saturday night, I said I'm sorry. Sunday
there you go.
came and dragged me out again. Yeah, where there's no piano part for it. I was only having fun, wasn't hurting anyone.
Now that guy is, again, I like Billy Joel a lot, but he hasn't written music in 20 years.
He hasn't had to.
Yeah.
Yes, true, but like what drives that guy? He keeps MSG every month.
MSG every month. You know what drives that guy?
Yeah.
A fat paycheck.
Yeah, I know.
Because people will come. I mean, honestly, Billy Joel song. Actually, it's Honesty. But
Such a lonely world.
but it's like. So that was my problem when I went to that Dave show. I wanted vintage, but Dave's still writing new music, which some of it's really good, some of it's not. But like that, I wanted vintage Dave, and maybe in another like 15 years when he's still doing it and still moving around, that's what we'll get every time.
Yeah.
But for Billy Joel, ever since River of Dreams, that's all he's had to do.
Yeah.
Things you're not going to hear at the Billy Joel show. Going to play a couple new ones. For
Yeah,
you
exactly.
tonight.
Like, boo. It's like same thing with Elton John.
Yeah.
He hasn't had to write anything.
He just
for a
remixed some
while.
of the old ones.
Exactly.
Hey, Lady Gaga, make this one sound new.
I'm gonna remix it and 4 keys lower because I
Yes.
can't sing like that anymore.
Did I get that wrong? Was that not Lady Gaga? I think.
No, then it was Lady Gaga and
It was-
Tony Bennett.
Tony
yeah,
Bennett,
yeah.
Lady
Yeah.
Gaga, yeah.
That's a great album.
They did 2, I think.
Yeah, I think you're
They
right.
did it too.
They sound great together.
They do. She is one of those talents that you don't.
Yeah.
Well, when you hear like her a lot of her pop stuff,
Yeah.
you're like, wow. And then when you hear her with Tony Bennett or in
Shallow.
Shallow.
whatever.
That movie. That
Star.
A Star Is Born.
Yes, we worked it out.
Remake
Yeah.
number 4
Yes.
of that one. But
Is that better than the original? Did you guys see the original movie, Star Is Born?
I mean, there's so many
Yeah,
of
there's
them.
like 3.
Yeah.
There-
Was the original? Was it Streisand?
No, there was one
No.
before that.
Oh,
so there's one before. There was one like I think it was like either the 30s or the 40s.
Yeah.
And then the Chris Christopherson, Barbara Streisand one was the second one.
And that one was
this one-
not great reviews, right? Or was
No, it was. I think it was pretty great.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
it was
think
good, okay.
every time it's come out, people are like,
It's been
"Oh,
Okay.
it's the same story but different."
it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. But Shallow, great song.
It is. It is a great song. Yeah, you hear that. I hear that played all the time now. Still,
Yeah.
and that's like what 5 years out?
Oh, at least
Since the Bradley Cooper
4
version?
4 or 5.
You know what I think the Lady Gaga thing was? Because when she first came on the scene, she was all
The meat
doing-
dress.
Yeah, and and a whole different bunch of other ones too. It was always something that was kind of
Yeah.
distracting you. But when you just like kind of take her voice as is and she kind of simplifies it, it's like you really get to.
Yeah.
I mean, she's damn good.
You know what song I really like of hers? Alejandro.
Oh yeah,
I don't know why. It was just one of those songs like
it's already in my head.
Yeah.
It's literally already in my head.
right. It's a great one.
I had Angry Young Man, and now I got that.
Alejandro, Alejandro.
Thank you for this, John. We appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah.
She has the last. I actually, as a Bruce Springsteen guy, she sent Clarence out on a very big high note. She did that song with Clarence Clemens on saxophone, and he died like a month later.
Oh.
But it went to number one.
Yeah.
Edge of Glory.
I didn't realize that he
Think of it
played-
now, right?
They put the sax on that.
Edge of
Yeah.
Glory. Into Clarence.
What talk about a saxophone player?
Like one of those
So
sounds
good.
that you hear it, you know it's him.
Exactly. Just like with Leroy, also R.I.P.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Do you know that the guy who plays for him now, Jeff Coffin?
Yeah.
Not only did he tour with the one and only Bela Fleck and the Flecktones, he's a UNH grad. I think we've talked about
You
that.
know
I think
how
you're like, I do
You
know
know
that.
how I and most of the people know that, John? Because he's been on this show.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. God,
That's right.
John.
Because I remember. I was on my Peloton. I was on my Peloton, and I see pops up live at Drew's house, Jeff Coffin, and I text her. I'm like, Drew, the hell, like, if there's one other person who loves Dave as much as you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pete. Dave Matthews, as much as you.
Sorry.
No, I got nothing. There was nothing.
Yeah.
And
Great guy, Jeff Coffin.
Yeah.
I'll invite you next time.
we should have him. We should invite him to play at the Firehouse.
It's a
Jeff
good-
Coffin, come to the Firehouse.
He does stuff like that.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
That's why it hurts more that you haven't had him yet. Yeah. No, yeah, he's a great player too. He filled that void in the band seamlessly.
He did. Well, because he was touring with them because Leroy obviously had the ATV injury, so he was touring with them that summer anyway.
Yeah.
And then when Leroy came back, he kind of went off. But yeah, I mean, there was just something that as they said was like super smooth about Leroy and just like the
Yeah.
way that he carried himself. So I mean, you can tell a difference, but
Yeah.
he's a hell of a player.
Yeah, he
hell of
is.
a horn player.
Yeah, you can't try to be a guy like Leroy, but
No.
Yeah.
But then you also have Rashawn Ross on trumpet there. I mean,
And arguably the best drummer
Carter.
Yeah, I
Carter
know.
Belfort on the drum.
There's the radio guy voice.
That's
again.
right. That's right.
Alan's like, wow, I really can't stand you guys for a whole show.
Yeah, this is usually at one point Sarah pops her head and is like shakes her head, or she's laughing. She's like,
that
"You
the-
guys are ridiculous."
Is that the wrap up symbol? No.
Oh no, we never stop.
Yeah.
You have to decide when you cut it.
Producer's nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. Usually, actually, what happens, Alan, is our shows just kind of fade out.
Yeah.
About an hour in, it just starts
It
fading.
seems like you really shortened that show, Sarah. Where are the other parts?
It was 10 minutes. Alan Haley going $15 Firehouse this weekend.
Oh man! So, are you excited though? This is here we go.
Yeah, I
just
am.
about time.
I'm at a place where I can be excited and not scared to death.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, that's the comfort zone. That's
yeah,
where you want to
truly,
be, right?
truly, this is the comfort
The work
zone.
is done. I mean, I know it's not
My
done.
work is done here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except it isn't. I got a phone call just before I came over here. Minor problem, but it's under
No,
control.
I called you, Alan.
No,
That problem.
that was before you. Before you.
No, I know. But no, but yeah, you get to that point at every show.
Yeah.
As you get into like the tech, you're like, well, there's nothing more I can do.
No.
I've done my job. Now it's up to the tech. Now it's up to the actors to do to take what you gave them
Yeah.
and to run with it. And it's both terrifying, but also like you can feel the weight lift off your shoulders because you're like,
absolutely.
and here we go.
Yeah.
It's all, and you make that sound simple, but I know when showtime comes, it's okay. Be good.
I was thinking about that this afternoon, and I think I'm more nervous about tech tonight
Sure.
than the first performance on Thursday.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it's the kind of the anxiety of the build up to it that is worse than the actual real thing. Because you're right. Once it's off, the plane's flying.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what it is, Drew?
What is it, John?
It's,
What is it, John?
It's Carly Simon's classic song, Anticipation.
Okay.
So lame. So
you had to reach too far.
No, that one is You're So Vain.
and he's doubled up.
Hey-o. Those are literally the only two Carly Simon songs I know. And I think most people know.
Probably not though. If we went through it. Ooh, I've hit my head on the microphone again.
Okay.
I haven't done that in a while. Used to happen more. Oh, there goes Sarah Hayden, the boss. Bye, Sarah.
Bye, Sarah. Great to see you.
She never comes in and says hello while we're doing this.
I wonder why.
It's so professional. So you got so it's real life stories Thursday through Saturday. Go jump on. Can still get you in the Firehouse. It's a beautiful spot. Go check out some great stories. Alan will be there. Now you know what Alan looks like, so go say hello or don't bother him. I don't know. Don't bother him. Or leave him alone, whatever you want to do. No, he's a great guy, as you can tell. So make sure to go say hello and tell him good job afterwards, because he guarantees you're going to leave with a smile on your face. So there you go.
And there you go.
And you guys got a busy couple of weeks coming up here, actually. Spring kicks off with a bang. For
Yeah.
you. What else you got going on?
We got a ton. So like I said, we have the Soggy Po Boys coming up on Saturday night. Just about sold out, so grab your tickets if you want to grab them. Joppa Dance will be there on Sunday for 2 shows, and then we really head into next week with we have a Rotary fundraiser fashion show on Wednesday night, which will be really great. $40 always goes back towards towards Rotary and making sure we can have these fun sort of events that we have, like the fantastic Frigid Fiver we had on a very warm day in February. It was odd. It was not a Frigid Fiver.
So that's the first Wednesday in April.
First Wednesday, yep, April 5th is when when that event will be. Then we go right into comedy night with Steve Sweeney, also almost sold out. So grab your tickets for that.
That was a nice get. Steve Sweeney, the local
Steve
favorite
Sweeney,
around here.
local favorite. You know, one of the last times he came on to he was at the Firehouse. I think we had a set behind him, so we closed the mid stage, and he comes out, looks around, and goes, "This is a lot smaller than I remember."
That's funny.
Yeah, but it's gonna be great. That's gonna be a great night, and then we go right into a couple of shows that Drew helped happen. We got Will Daly coming on Friday night.
One of my favorites.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
Really, really fantastic. We haven't had him probably in about 5 or 6 years. He played the night before Riverfest a few years back. We've been trying to find a way to get him back, and I was honestly saying, "Hey Drew, I'm looking to find a way." He's like, he was just on the show, and he was mentioning that he wants to come back. We're like, and magic happened.
It is always cool. He's not the first artist to say. I've had several of them actually who have, whenever the Firehouse comes up, either on the air or off the air, oh, I have always wanted to get in there, or I wanted to get back there, or something.
Yeah.
The people do like that room, so they tend to talk about it. And here you go. It's always nice to have an artist who's excited about playing.
Yes, I mean it is. It's one of those. It's a really special room because. As we found out with Jeffrey Gaines, you don't need to be plugged in. You don't need to have
Or
amplification
footwear.
or wear shoes. No, he said.
Footwear? Is that just combined?
I think he said the reason why. I think he said he stepped in water or something. I forget what he said he did.
Do we believe that?
I don't know. Or he forgot to put his shoes on. I honestly don't remember. He said something about why he walked out with no shoes on.
Because there are a lot of artists who play barefoot.
There are, like Jonathan.
Yep.
Can't remember his last name.
Adam Ezra plays barefoot.
Adam Ezra plays barefoot. It's Jonathan the Sunshine Go Away. Today.
Oh, yeah. Keep talking, I'll get it.
It's Jonathan something. Jonathan.
He's like Dave. We just call him.
Yeah, he's just like that. He's just like Donovan, but Jonathan. Edwards. Jonathan Edwards is his name.
Well, now I found it right at the same time.
Hey, you know what? Great minds. I must have read your mind because you read it and I said it.
Wow.
It's an Alexa kind of thing.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
But no, I just think we don't have an Alexa in this building.
Good.
Which is
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Maybe. You don't like the Alexas?
I mean, she's
I
going to
like-
become
she-
Go ahead,
sentient.
Alan. You can vent on your
She gets
Alexa.
uppity.
Smart
She gets
speaker.
uppity.
You have one and you get annoyed with her.
Oh yeah. Well, we have a couple in the house, but
Oh, okay.
and the thing is, if you got them too close together, they talk to each other.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that problem.
Yeah, there have been times where my daughter has been in her room, and of course she has to wake up every morning with some sort of song. Right now, it's been "Naughty" by Matilda.
Yeah.
Great song, very fun. But like I'll say it, and there's another one in the bathroom because the kids, love singing completely on key in the showers with the Alexa. So I'll say like, hey Alexa, play this song, and hers will be like, I cannot find that, and the other one's like, here is that song. It's like, God, you guys.
Well, the thing. So my cousin Brad has a 10-year-old daughter.
How many cousins do you have?
Oh, I got a lot of cousins. My mom was one of 7.
That's right.
So we got a big family. But his 10-year-old daughter communicates well with Alexa, never has a problem. Brad's like, Alexa does not listen to me. Like, I don't know if he mumbles or is not clear or whatever, but he struggles to get Alexa to do things. Whereas, fine, Dad, I'll just do it for you. What's the name of the one? And then,
Well, you heard the thing about Alexa where the guy calls her up and says, Alexa, I don't know what to do. I'm having trouble with women, and the answer is, I'm Siri.
that is an excellent way to end the show,
That's
Alan.
great.
I thought it sounded like a joke at first. That was a fantastic punchline. Good. That's a great way to end the show. Alan Haley, great to meet you, man. It's been fun having you on.
Likewise.
Saving the radio industry, by the way, the Alexa. It has put the clock radio back in the kitchen.
It has. It truly has.
Which is interesting to think about it that way. But
Because of the Echo, the Amazon Echo.
yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, just I think people I don't know if it was phones or what, but people just don't have. Nobody cooks and listens to the radio anymore.
Sure.
They cook and listen to their playlist or music, or
Yep.
back in the day it was a CD player that was attached to a microwave or all that stuff.
Or the record players that you have here.
I love me record players.
Me too.
So does the nation. They've come back.
Yeah.
they have.
Thanks, Dino.
Yeah, thanks, Dino Records. That's right. It's a great little place down there.
Great
I
little
gotta have those guys on again. I haven't seen them in a while.
I know. I was in Amesbury the other day. I haven't been to Mel's yet.
Mm.
Been to Mel's?
No.
I gotta go. Why are you yelling?
Sarah yelling is a good way to end the show. We'll end there. Alan Haley, good luck with the shows, man, this
Thank
weekend.
you.
I know and you're not feeling any pressure at this point. So,
None
so
whatsoever.
just sit back and enjoy them, all right?
Yeah.
Go check it out
Yes.
Thursday night. Real Life Stories, Alan Haley, John Moynihan. Always a pleasure to have you on. And until we see you next time. Maybe
the next time.
Maybe it'll be next week.
Maybe? Why not?
You're getting so busy. Just keep bringing us people.
Oh,
It'll be fun.
okay. All right. If you say so.
Interesting people stopping by the Firehouse. We love it. Thank you, Sarah Hayden, Sarah Blackstone. We appreciate you. My name is Drew Moholland, live at Drew's house, Joppa Afternoon Drive. Peace.